Which one?
What is the relation between that unlimited mind and the brain? Right?
First of all, I want to be clear on this point. It's rather interesting if we go into it. This mind, brain and the whole of it, the whole nature and the structure of the mind, includes the emotions, the brain, the reactions, the physical responses and all that. This mind has lived in turmoil, in chaos, in loneliness, and has had a profound insight into all that. And having such a deep insight, cleared the field.
Yes.
So this mind is no longer that mind.
Yes, it's no longer the original limited mind.
No longer the limited mind.
That you began with.
Damaged mind, right?
Yes.
Let's use the word damaged.
A damaged mind, also damaged brain. You say that this damaged mind has been the same, working, has damaged the brain. Right?
Yes, all right.
So we have both the damaged mind and the
damaged mind
brain.
means damaged emotions, damaged brain.
The cells themselves are not in the right order. Right?
No, quite. But when there is this insight and therefore order, the damage is undone.
Yes, we discussed that in the previous time.
I don't know if you agree to that.
Yes, well, I see it. Certainly you see it's possible. You see by reasoning you can see it's quite possible, because you can say the damage was done by disorderly thoughts and feelings which overexcite the cells and disrupt them, and now with the insight that stops and a new process is
It's
set
like
up.
a person going for 50 years in a certain direction and realizes suddenly that's not the direction.
Yes.
The whole brain changes.
It changes at the core, and then the wrong structure is dismantled and healed.
Yes.
That may take time, we said, but the insight which
is the factor that will change.
Yes, and that insight does not take time.
That's right.
But it means that the whole process has changed at the origin.
Now, again, that mind, the limited mind with all its with its consciousness and its content and all the rest of it, says, I've been through, it's over, that part. Now, is that mind which has been limited, and having had insight into this limitation, and therefore moved away from that limitation, is that an actuality, as something that is really tremendously revolutionary? You follow what I mean? And therefore it is no longer the human mind. Forgive me for using that word.
Well, that requires, I think we should clear that up, that what we mean by the human mind.
Human mind, which is with its consciousness, which is limited.
Yeah, that limited consciousness which is conditioned and not free.
That is ended.
Yes, that is... and that is the general consciousness which has been the case. I mean, not just in individuals, but it has been all around.
All, of course. I'm not talking of an individual.
Yes. I think we discussed that the individual is the outcome of the general consciousness, a particular outcome, rather than an independent thing. You see, that's one of the difficulties.
That's one of the confusions.
And the confusions is we take the individual mind to be the concrete actuality.
Yes.
Whereas we've been discussing it's necessary to consider this general mind to be the actuality from which the individual mind is formed.
Yes, that's all very clear.
And now we say we move away even from that general mind.
Yes,
but what does it mean?
And the particular
mind.
And
the particular mind.
Now, if one has totally moved away from it, then what is the mind?
Yes, and what is the person? What is the human being, right?
Yeah, what is a human being then?
Yeah.
And then what is the relationship between that mind, which is not man-made mind, and the man-made mind?
Yes.
I don't know if I'm making myself
Yes,
clear.
well, we had that. Did we agree to call it a universal mind, or would you prefer not to? It is not
I
yet that.
don't like that word, universal mind. Lots of people used it.
Yes.
Let's use a much simpler word.
Well, it's the mind which was not made by man. You see.
Man. I think that's simpler. You keep it
Yes.
to that.
And
The mind which is not made by man,
neither individually nor in general.
generally or individually, is not made by man. Is that so? I mean, can one observe really deeply without any motive, prejudice, and all the rest? Does such a mind exist? You follow what I'm trying to say?
Yes. Now, let's see what that means to observe that. You see, I think there's some difficulties of language here, and because see, we say one must observe and things like that, whereas
I observe it.
Yes.
I observe.
yeah, now who observes? You see, that's one of
No,
the
that's
problems that
simpler.
comes up.
That's been thrown there.
Yeah.
There is no division in observation.
Mm-hmm.
Not I observe, but there is only observation.
Observation takes place.
Yes.
Would you say it takes place in a particular brain, for example, or a particular brain takes part in the observation? See, because let's say. All right.
I know you're catching this. No, sir. It doesn't take in a particular brain.
Yes, but it seems that a particular brain may respond. You see.
Of course, but it's not case brain.
No, but I don't mean that. I mean, see if what I mean by the word particular brain is, you see, we could say that given the particulars of where a certain human being is in space and time or whatever his form is, not giving him a name, is distinguished from another one which might be there.
Look, sir.
Yeah.
No, let's get clear this point. We live in man-made world, man-made mind, man-made and all this. We are the result of man-made minds, our brains and so on. Brain with all its responses and not the actual.
Well, the brain itself was not man-made, but it has been conditioned.
Conditioned by man.
Man-made conditioning, right?
That's what I mean. Now, can that mind uncondition itself so completely that it's no longer man-made?
Yes.